230 days ago, I made this terrarium that even has a working, flowing stream. Before showing you the thriving ecosystem that it's evolved into, let me take you back 230 days to when I made it. I began with a small empty glass tank and started off by placing in some coarse filter foam for the drainage. This material really is perfect for a terrarium like this as it's super lightweight and it will filter the water as it gets pulled into the pump. Talking about the pump, before moving on I made sure to cut a square out of the foam for it to fit into. The next step was to start building the stream, and there's no better material for that than black lava rock. To make building the stream easier, I used some leftover filter foam to create a tapered slope with it being higher on the left and lower towards the right. I could then get to work placing in the black lava rock which will act as the walls of the stream. It did take some time to get it looking right, but here's what I came up with. The next thing to do was to join them together with the superglue and tissue method. I wedged some tissue between the rocks and then soaked it in superglue. I repeated the same process for the entire front side of the stream. Surprisingly, it was strong enough to be taken out as one entire piece. After repeating the same process for the back side of the stream, the next thing to do was to come up with a way to lock them together. The solution I came up with was to use some hot glue to attach some toothpicks to the front and back wall of the stream. It can then be removed as one piece. The next thing to do was to fill in the centre of the stream with some filter foam. Next it was time to flip the stream over and apply some expanding foam to the bottom. The filter foam I placed in will stop the foam expanding into the stream. After about 15 minutes it was dry to the touch but still wet enough inside to be shaped. I compressed it down until it was nice and flat. After drying for about an hour or so, the filter foam from the front can then be removed. Before removing the toothpicks, I used some super glue and some crushed lava rocks to cover up all the glue marks. I then removed the toothpicks, and to my surprise the stream was actually really sturdy. To cover up the foam down the centre, I applied some silicone and then used my finger to spread it out. I then poured on some crushed lava rock, pressed it down into place and then removed the excess. As you can see, it covered up the foam really well. I then repeated the same process and let the silicone dry for 24 hours. I then placed it back inside the terrarium and used some black lava rocks to cover up the large gap. Next it was time to install the small pump. I placed it in and fed the wire through a small hole at the top of the tank. I then attached the outlet and placed in some filter foam which would stop any substrate from getting into the pump's intake. Next it was time for a water test. The flow was perfect and it was great to see the water running down the stream. To add some more detail and interest to the hardscape, I decided to add some spiderwood. At this point it's really starting to come together. Next in was the substrate. I chose to use aqua soil as it doesn't mind being wet and saturated and it provides a good amount of nutrients for the plants. Talking about plants, it was finally time to start getting them in. I started with some bulbitis followed by some hygrophila. In a setup like this, using immersed grown aquatic plants is often the way to go, and that's exactly what I did for this terrarium. I planted this Monte Carlo in the front to carpet the thin stretch of foreground. Next in was a range of Anubias and Bucephalandra before going ahead and adding the moss. I chose to use Java moss for this terrarium, but as you'll see shortly, I severely underestimated how much it would grow. With the planting complete, it was time to introduce the springtails which would keep the terrarium clean and healthy, fill the tank up with water and then turn on the pump. I absolutely loved how the terrarium turned out and it was amazing to see the water flow down through the stream. All that was left to do was to close the door and place it under an LED light where it received 12 hours of light a day. I then let it grow in for 4 weeks. Only a month later and you can see just how well everything has started to establish. The moss had started to grow in really nicely and all the plants were showing signs of new growth. One of the Bucephalandras had even started to flower. The only problem was a slight mould outbreak on the spiderwood, which was expected. I wasn't worried about this mould at all as I knew the springtails would handle it with no problem. With the terrarium thriving at 30 days old, I then closed it up and left it for a further 200 days. After 29 weeks of growth, here's how the flowing stream terrarium is looking today. Needless to say, it's changed a whole lot in the 230 days that it's been growing. Despite it almost being severely overgrown, the moss and plants are still looking healthy and growing strong. I'm glad to say that the stream is still flowing perfectly, but you do have to peek through some moss to actually see it. This is not ideal, so I'm certainly going to do some maintenance shortly. You might notice that the back half of the terrarium isn't as overgrown as the rest of the tank. This is simply because I've been taking cuttings and using them for other builds. A good thing is that they grow back in no time. Now let's do some maintenance and trim down this moss. It's grown so much that the spiderwood and lava rock are barely visible. If I could redo this terrarium, I'd probably use Christmas moss instead of Java moss, as it tends to grow more horizontally rather than vertically. It's also much slower growing and would need less maintenance like this. It's pretty crazy just how much moss I've pulled out of this small tank. I'm certainly not going to throw this moss away, as it will come in handy for future builds. Now it's much more open and easier to see in the tank, and you can even see the stream flowing. Next I'm going to pull out the dead leaves and trim some off that don't look so good. Looking at the back of the tank, you can see there's a bunch of dead leaves that have started decaying on the glass. The easiest way to get these off is to use a spray bottle to push them down to the substrate. By leaving them in the tank, they'll be eaten by the springtails, which will in turn provide more nutrients for the plants. With the back panel of glass clear and clean, it makes the tank look a lot better. Talking about the springtails, there's still a healthy population in here which have been working hard to keep the tank clean and mould free. I'm almost certain this tank wouldn't have done so well without their hard work. After a quick trim of the Monte Carlo in the foreground, I'm going to do one more thing which will help keep the moss and plants growing healthy and strong. I've got a small cup of water which I'm going to add a few drops of this aquarium plant fertiliser to. As this terrarium is well over 7 months old, the aqua soil is going to start lacking nutrients, which isn't ideal for the plants. Adding some fertiliser will keep the moss and plants in this terrarium growing healthy and strong. It's been truly amazing seeing this terrarium transform over the past 8 months, and I can't wait to continue watching it growing and evolving. As always, I hope you enjoyed this video and thank you for watching.